Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into the whimsical world of Allo Allo as we explore the beloved cast of this iconic British sitcom. From the hilarious antics of Renee and his motley crew to the unforgettable catchphrases, Allo Allo has remained a fan favorite since it first aired in 1982. Join us as we take a closer look at what the cast has been up to since the show ended in 1992 and how their careers have evolved over the years. Get ready for some nostalgic moments and exciting updates on your favorite characters as we celebrate Allo Allo then and now in 2025. When we think of Allo Allo, one of the most iconic and unforgettable characters was Edith Artois, the long-suffering wife of cafe owner Renee. Played by the brilliant Carmen Silvera, Edith was known for her tone-deaf singing, her unwavering belief that she was a star, and her constant suspicions about her husband's secret affairs. But who was the woman behind Edith? What happened to Carmen Silvera after the show ended? And where does her legacy stand in 2025? Let's take a deep dive into the life and career of this incredible actress. Carmen Silvera's early life and career beginnings. Carmen Dorothy Silvera was born on June 2, 1922 in Toronto, Canada. But her family later moved to the United Kingdom, where she would spend most of her life. She developed a passion for acting from an early age and trained at the prestigious London Academy of Music and Dramatic Art, LAMDA. Before she became famous for her role in Allo Allo, Silvera had an extensive acting career spanning television, theater, and film. Her early career included appearances in some of Britain's most well-known shows. Her ability to adapt to different genres, from drama to comedy, made her a sought-after actress in the industry. In 1982, Carmen Silvera was cast as Edith Artois, the wife of Renee and the daughter of Madame Fanny in the World War II comedy Allo Allo. Edith was the perfect mix of comedic absurdity and heartfelt loyalty. She truly believed she was a talented singer, despite her voice being painfully off-key, and she constantly tried to win Renee's affection, unaware of his many affairs. Her catchphrases, dramatic performances, and hilarious misunderstandings made Edith one of the most memorable characters on the show. Despite being the butt of many jokes, she was a strong-willed and determined woman who played a crucial role in the cafe's secret resistance activities. Silvera remained on Allo Allo throughout its entire run, from 1982 to 1992, making her one of the most recognizable faces of the series. But what happened after the show ended? After Allo Allo concluded in 1992, Carmen Silvera continued acting in both television and theater. She also took part in Allo Allo reunions and live stage performances, proving that the show's popularity never truly faded. However, as the years went on, she began to step away from the spotlight, focusing more on her personal life and charity work. Sadly, Carmen Silvera passed away on August 3, 2002, at the age of 80, after a battle with lung cancer. Her passing marked the end of an era, but her contributions to British television continue to live on. Even in 2025, her portrayal of Edith Artois remains legendary, and Allo Allo is still enjoyed by fans worldwide. Her comedic timing, expressive performances, and unforgettable presence on screen made her a true star. Her role in Allo Allo cemented her status as one of Britain's most cherished comedic actresses. Carmen Silvera was more than just Edith Artois. She was a trailblazer for women in comedy. At a time when many female roles were one-dimensional, she brought depth, humor, and charm to a character that could have easily been just a simple caricature. Her ability to balance physical comedy, witty dialogue, and genuine emotion made Edith stand out, even in a show filled with larger-than-life characters. Even today, in 2025, her work is still celebrated by fans of classic British television. Did you love Edith's hilarious songs and dramatic outbursts? Let us know in the comments. Stay tuned as we continue to explore the cast of Allo Allo and where their journeys have taken them over the years. Good morning! If you were a fan of Allo Allo, then you surely remember Renee Artois, the quick-witted, constantly stressed cafe owner who found himself tangled in wartime schemes, love affairs, and the hilarious chaos of occupied France. Played by the brilliant Gordon Kay, Renee became one of British TV's most beloved sitcom characters. Thanks to his deadpan humor, iconic catchphrases, and impeccable comedic timing. But who was the man behind Renee? What happened to Gordon Kaye after the show ended? And how is he remembered in 2025? Let's take a look at his incredible life and career. Gordon Irving Kaye, later known as Gordon due to a spelling mistake in his first acting job, was born on April 7, 1901 in Huddersfield, England. Before he became a household name, Kaye had a rather unusual journey into acting. He worked various jobs, including as a hospital radio DJ, before deciding to pursue acting professionally. He trained at the Rose Bruford College of Speech and Drama, which led to his early work in theater and television. In the 19Cs and 19Cities, Kaye started landing small roles in popular British shows. His ability to deliver comedy with a straight face made him a standout talent. And it wasn't long before he caught the attention of producers looking for a lead actor for a new wartime sitcom. In 1982, Kaye was cast as Renee Artois, the owner of Café Renee in Nazi-occupied France. In the new BBC sitcom Allo Allo, Renee was the perfect anti-hero. He wanted nothing more than to run his cafe in peace, but instead, he was forced into a web of espionage, romance, and ridiculous plots. Whether he was hiding the famous painting of the fallen Madonna with the big boobies, dealing with his jealous wife Edith, or balancing his many love affairs, Renee was always in over his head. Kaye's natural comedic delivery, expressive face, and perfect timing made Renee a character that fans absolutely adored. Allo Allo ran for 10 seasons and remains one of the most successful British sitcoms of all time, with millions of viewers across the world. Kaye reprised his role in stage adaptations and live tours, proving just how iconic Renee had become. But what happened after the show ended? Life after Allo Allo, wrapped up in 1992, Gordon Kaye continued to work in television and theater. He also played Renee again in Allo Allo theater productions, which were incredibly popular in the UK and even abroad. His love for the role and the fans kept him connected to the show for many years. However, in 1990, Kaye suffered a serious car accident during a storm when a plank of wood crashed through his car window. He miraculously survived, but the accident left him with head injuries and memory loss. Despite this setback, he returned to acting, proving his determination and love for performing. In his later years, he largely stepped away from the spotlight, choosing a quieter life away from television. Gordon Kaye's later years and legacy. On January 23, 2017, Gordon Kaye passed away at the age of 75, marking the end of an era for Allo Allo fans. His death was met with an outpouring of love from both fellow actors and devoted fans who had grown up watching him as Renee. Even in 2025, his legacy remains strong. Allo Allo is still watched by audiences worldwide, and Kaye's hilarious and heartfelt performance as Renee Artois continues to bring joy to new generations. His impact on British comedy is undeniable. He was a master of deadpan humor, physical comedy, and perfect timing, and his portrayal of Renee set a standard for sitcom leads for years to come. Gordon Kaye's impact on comedy. Gordon Kaye wasn't just a great comedic actor. He was a true icon of British television. His ability to balance slapstick humor with charm and wit made him unforgettable, and his performance as Renee remains one of the greatest sitcom roles of all time. Even though he is no longer with us, his work continues to live on in reruns, DVD collections, and streaming platforms. Fans still quote his legendary lines, and Allo Allo remains a timeless classic. What was your favorite Renee moment? Let us know in the comments. You stupid woman? If you were a fan of Allo Allo, you'll instantly recognize this classic line from Lieutenant Hubert Gruber, the charming and eccentric Nazi officer with a not-so-secret crush on Renee Artois. Played by the incredibly talented Guy Seiner, Gruber was one of the show's most beloved and hilarious characters, known for his soft-spoken demeanor, comedic expressions, and awkward romantic advances toward Renee. But who is the man behind Gruber? What happened to Guy Seiner after Allo Allo ended, and where is he now in 2025? Let's take a look at his fascinating journey. Guy Seiner was born on October 16, 1947 in Manhattan, New York, USA, to an American father and an English mother. Despite being born in the United States, he spent most of his life in the United Kingdom, where he developed his love for acting. He trained at the Webber Douglas Academy of Dramatic Art, one of Britain's most prestigious drama schools, which set him on the path to an impressive career in television, film, and theater. Before landing his iconic role in Allo Allo, Sinner had already built up a solid resume, appearing in some of Britain's most well-known TV shows. His ability to play both comedic and dramatic roles made him a sought-after actor in British television. In 1982, Sinner was cast as Lieutenant Hubert Gruber, a German officer stationed in France during World War II. Unlike many of the other Nazi characters in the show, Gruber was portrayed as kind, sensitive, and deeply fond of Renee, a running gag that provided some of the show's funniest and most memorable moments. Gruber's soft-spoken charm, quirky personality, and awkward flirtations with Renee made him an instant fan favorite. Despite being part of the German army, his character was never truly a villain, and audiences loved his silly comedic innocence. Sinner played Gruber throughout Allo Allo's entire run from 1982 to 1992, making him one of the most recognizable faces of the series. But what happened after the show ended? Life after Allo Allo came to an end in 1992, Guy Sinner continued to have a successful career in both British and international productions. His unique ability to play European characters, aristocrats, and comedic villains made him a popular choice for various film and TV roles. Sinner's involvement in big Hollywood productions like Pirates of the Caribbean and Star Trek helped introduce him to a new generation of fans. Additionally, he provided voice work for video games, including characters in popular franchises like Warhammer 40,000 later years and Where He Is Now. Even in his late 70s, Guy Sinner remains active in the entertainment industry. He still makes occasional appearances at Allo Allo fan conventions where he shares behind-the-scenes stories and meets devoted fans who still love the show. He has also worked on audiobooks, theater productions, and voice acting in recent years. His distinctive voice and comedic timing have made him a popular choice for narration and animated projects. Although he has stepped away from mainstream Hollywood roles, he is still highly respected in British television and theater circles. Even in 2025, Guy Sinner's Lieutenant Gruber remains one of the most iconic sitcom characters of all time. His hilarious facial expressions, awkward flirtations, and unforgettable charm have made him a fan favorite, ensuring that Allo Allo continues to be loved by audiences worldwide. His performance set a standard for how to make even a villainous role incredibly likable, and his ability to bring warmth and humor to the part of a German officer was a testament to his brilliant comedic skills. Today, his work in Allo Allo is still widely watched, quoted, and celebrated, proving that great comedy never ages. What was your favorite Lieutenant Gruber moment? Let us know in the comments. It is I, LeClerc. If you were a fan of Allo Allo, then you surely remember Monsieur LeClerc, the elderly but ever-enthusiastic forger and resistance member, known for his terrible disguises, exaggerated expressions, and hilarious delivery. Played by the brilliant Jack Haig, LeClerc was one of the most beloved supporting characters in the show, providing endless laughs with his ridiculous costumes and absurd antics. But who was the man behind the disguises? What happened to Jack Haig after his time on Allo Allo? And how is he remembered in 2025? Let's take a look at his incredible life and career. Jack Haig was born as John Cecil Coppin on 5 January 1913 in London, England. Coming from a family of performers, entertainment was in his blood, and he had a natural talent for making people laugh. Before his television career, Haig was heavily involved in variety shows and stage performances, particularly within the British music hall tradition, which shaped his signature comedic style. He was a master of physical comedy and expressive facial acting, which made him a natural fit for sitcom roles later in life. In the 1960s and 1970s, he appeared in several popular British TV series. However, it was his role as Monsieur LeClerc in Allo Allo that truly made him a household name. Allo Allo, the role that made him famous. In 1982, Jack Haig was cast as Monsieur LeClerc, the bumbling but well-meaning forger and resistance member who worked with Renee Artois and his friends. LeClerc was known for His ridiculous disguises, which never fooled anyone, his over-the-top deliveries, including the iconic "It is I, LeClerc." His questionable skills as a forger and saboteur, often causing more trouble than help. Every time LeClerc entered a scene, viewers knew they were in for pure comedy gold. Whether he was attempting to disguise himself as a priest, an old woman, or even a lamppost, his enthusiasm and lack of success made him one of the show's funniest characters. Jack Haig's performance as LeClerc was flawless, proving that great comedy doesn't always need words. Sometimes, a single exaggerated facial expression was enough to make audiences burst into laughter. Unfortunately, Haig's time on Allo Allo was cut short due to health issues. After appearing in the first 3 seasons of Allo Allo, Jack Haig was forced to step down from the role due to ill health. His character, Monsieur LeClerc, was later replaced by Ernest LeClerc, played by Derek Royal, and then Robin Parkinson. Sadly, Jack Haig passed away on the 4th of July 1989 at the age of 76. His death was a huge loss to the British comedy world. His ability to steal a scene with just a single look, a funny accent, or a ridiculous disguise made him a true comedy legend. Even in 2025, Jack Haig is remembered as one of British television's great comedic talents. His portrayal of Monsieur LeClerc continues to entertain new generations of viewers, thanks to reruns of Allo Allo on streaming services and television. His character remains one of the most iconic side characters in British sitcom history, and his signature line, "It is I, LeClerc," is still widely quoted by fans today. While he may not have had as many years on Allo Allo as some of the other actors, his performance left an unforgettable mark on the show and on comedy history. Did you love Monsieur LeClerc's disguises? What was your favorite LeClerc moment? Let us know in the comments. Nay, I say, old chap, I'm just a simple British airman trying to get back to England. If you're a fan of Allo Allo, you surely remember Flight Lieutenant Carstairs, one of the 2 bumbling British airmen who spent most of the series trapped in occupied France, desperately trying to get home. Played by Nicolas Francois, Carstairs was known for his posh accent, clueless demeanor, and hilarious mispronunciations of French words. But what happened to Nicolas Francois after Allo Allo ended? Where is he now in 2025? Let's take a look at his fascinating career and what he's been up to over the years. Nicolas Francois's early life and career beginnings. Nicolas Francois was born on July 16, 1950 in Stockport, England. Unlike many of his fellow Allo Allo cast members, Francois did not initially plan to become a professional actor. He attended Cambridge University, where he studied mathematics. However, during his time at university, he became involved in theater and comedy, performing in student productions and developing his love for acting. Before landing his most famous role, Nicolas Francois appeared in a few British TV shows and films. Though he had some acting experience, his big break came in 1980 when he was cast as Flight Lieutenant Carstairs in Allo Allo, Allo Allo, the role that made him famous. In Season 2 of Allo Allo, Nicolas Francois was cast as Flight Lieutenant Carstairs, one of the 2 hapless British airmen trapped in occupied France. Carstairs, along with his fellow airman Flight Lieutenant Fairfax, was constantly trying to escape, but usually failing in the most ridiculous ways, clueless about the resistance's struggles, often making the situation worse. Struggling to speak French, with comically bad pronunciations like, "Listen carefully, I shall say Z's only once." Throughout the series, Renee and the Resistance worked tirelessly to smuggle Carstairs and Fairfax back to England, but their plans always seemed to go hilariously wrong. Whether they were hiding in wine barrels, disguising themselves as nuns, or being stuffed into ridiculous escape contraptions, the British airmen never quite made it home. Though Nicolas Francois's character was not a main role, he became a fan favorite, appearing in 21 episodes from 1984 to 1992. Unlike many of his Allo Allo co-stars, Nicolas Francois did not continue acting full-time after the show ended. However, acting was not his primary career path. Instead, he transitioned into a completely different field, a career in academia. After stepping away from acting, Nicolas Francois pursued a career in academia, using his Cambridge mathematics background to become a lecturer in computer science. He spent many years teaching programming and IT at universities, proving that he was just as talented with numbers as he was with comedy. He also worked in software development, applying his expertise in computing and engineering. A huge contrast from his comedic role in Allo Allo. Where is Nicholas Francois now in 2025? At 74 years old, Nicholas Francois is now retired from both acting and teaching. In recent years, he has attended Allo Allo fan conventions, meeting dedicated fans of the show, given interviews about his time on the series, reflecting on the hilarious behind-the-scenes moments, continued working in the field of computing, occasionally writing about programming and technology. Although he left acting behind many years ago, he remains a beloved part of British comedy history. His portrayal of Flight Lieutenant Carstairs is still fondly remembered, with Allo Allo continuing to be broadcast worldwide, introducing new audiences to his brilliantly clueless character. Nicholas Francois's legacy and impact on comedy. Even in 2025, Nicholas Francois's role as Flight Lieutenant Carstairs remains a classic example of British wartime comedy. His portrayal of a well-meaning but utterly useless RAF pilot added a unique layer of humor to Allo Allo. Whether he was hiding in a piano, misunderstanding resistance messages, or failing another escape attempt, he always brought laughter to the audience. Though he left the world of acting long ago, his contribution to British sitcom history is undeniable. If you still love the British airman's hilarious escape attempts, let us know in the comments. Sam Kelly's early life and career beginnings. Sam Kelly was born Roger Michael Kelly on December 19, 1943, in Manchester, England. From an early age, he had a love for performing, which led him to study at the London Academy of Music and Dramatic Art. However, it was in 1982 that Sam Kelly would land one of the most memorable roles of his career, assisting Captain Hans Geering in Allo Allo. One of the funniest running gags in the series was how Hans often got roped into ridiculous schemes, only to shrug them off and carry on as usual. His character eventually left the show in Season 4 when it was revealed that he had escaped to Switzerland, leaving Colonel von Strohm and Lieutenant Gruber to deal with the chaos without him. Although Sam Kelly departed from Allo Allo early, his performance as Captain Geering remains legendary among fans. After leaving Allo Allo, Sam Kelly continued to have an incredibly successful acting career in television, film, and theater. His talent for both comedy and drama made him one of Britain's most respected character actors. Sadly, Sam Kelly passed away on June 14, 2014, at the age of 70. His death was a great loss to British comedy and theater, as he was beloved by both colleagues and fans alike. Despite his passing, his legacy continues. Allo Allo is still widely watched around the world, introducing new generations to his hilarious portrayal of Captain Hans Geering. Today, fans fondly remember his dry wit, deadpan delivery, and comedic brilliance, especially his unforgettable way of saying "Thaler." Even in 2025, Sam Kelly's work on Allo Allo remains a highlight of British sitcom history. His portrayal of Captain Hans Geering proved that comedy doesn't need to be loud or exaggerated to be funny. Sometimes, a simple sarcastic remark or an eye roll is all it takes. Though he left Allo Allo early, his performance left a lasting impression. Fans still laugh at his scenes, quote his famous lines, and remember him as one of the best parts of the show's early seasons. What was your favorite Hans Geering moment? Let us know in the comments. Oh, Renee, you are so strong, so brave, so masterful. If you were a fan of Allo Allo, then you surely remember Michelle of the Resistance. Wait, no, wrong character. Instead, we're talking about the charming and romantic Madame Edith's waitress and Renee's secret lover, Yvette Carte-Blanche. Played by the talented Kirsten Cook, Yvette was known for her flirtatious personality, breathy voice, and her constant desire to escape to a new life with Renee. But what happened to Kirsten Cook after Allo Allo ended? Where is she now in 2025? Let's take a look at her career and what she's been up to. Kirsten Cook's early life and career beginnings. Kirsten Cook was born on October 4, 1952, in Cuckfield, Sussex, England. From an early age, she had a passion for performing and dreamed of a career in acting. She trained in theater and drama, working on her comedic timing, physical expressiveness, and classic performance techniques that would later make her stand out in British television. Before her big break in Allo Allo, Cook appeared in a few British television shows and theater productions, where she developed her skills in comedy, drama, and even improvisation. However, it wasn't until 1982 that she got the role that would define her career. Allo Allo, the role that made her famous. In 1982, Kirsten Cook was cast as Yvette Carte-Blanche, the glamorous, seductive, and ever-hopeful waitress at Café Renee. Renee's passionate lover, always whispering sweet nothings in his ear, often in front of his wife, Edith. A constant source of comedy, with her dramatic sighs and exaggerated admiration for Renee, determined to run away with Renee, often talking about escaping to Argentina once they had enough money. A secret resistance helper, though she wasn't exactly the most skilled at it. Yvette was a fan-favorite character, thanks to Kirsten Cook's natural comedic timing, expressive acting, and undeniable charm. Her catchphrases, including her dramatic exclamations of "Oh, Renee," became legendary among Allo Allo fans. She played Yvette for all 85 episodes from 1982 to 1992, making her one of the few cast members who stayed for the entire run of the show. Life after Allo Allo ended in 1992. Kirsten Cook stepped back from the spotlight compared to some of her co-stars. However, she still appeared in various television shows and theater productions. Although she never landed another role as iconic as Yvette, she continued to work steadily in theater, starring in classic British plays, comedies, and pantomimes. She also made occasional guest appearances at Allo Allo reunions, cast interviews, and conventions, celebrating the show's enduring popularity. Where is Kirsten Cook now in 2025? At 72 years old, Kirsten Cook is now enjoying a quieter life, mostly out of the public eye. Unlike some of her Allo Allo co-stars, she chose not to pursue a high-profile acting career after the show ended. However, she still remains a beloved figure among Allo Allo fans, occasionally appearing at fan conventions and reunions. Her performances as Yvette continue to be celebrated, especially as the show remains popular on streaming platforms. While she no longer actively appears in TV shows or movies, she has expressed her love for theater and storytelling, and she occasionally participates in radio dramas and stage productions. Fans still remember her as the charming, love-struck Yvette, whose dream of running away with Renee made for some of the show's funniest and most memorable moments. Even in 2025, Kirsten Cook's portrayal of Yvette Carte-Blanche remains one of the most iconic characters in British sitcom history. Her mix of romance, comedy, and perfect delivery made her an essential part of the show's success. Whether she was secretly kissing Renee behind the cafe or sighing about her dream of running away to Argentina, she never failed to make audiences laugh. Today, Allo Allo is still watched by fans worldwide, introducing new generations to the hilarious world of Café Renee, and of course, to the unforgettable Yvette. Did you love Yvette's romantic antics? What was your favorite Yvette moment? Let us know in the comments. You may wonder why I have gathered you all here today. If you're a fan of Allo Allo, then you surely remember Herr Flick, the ruthless, cunning, and often ridiculous Gestapo officer who kept a watchful eye on the small town of Nouvion. Played brilliantly by Richard Gibson, Herr Flick was one of the show's most memorable villains, with his icy demeanor, sinister glare, and bizarrely hilarious mannerisms. But what happened to Richard Gibson after Allo Allo ended? Where is he now in 2025? Let's take a look at his fascinating career and what he's been up to over the years. Richard Gibson was born on January 1st, 1954, in Kampala, Uganda, when it was still under British rule. Though born in Africa, he was raised in the United Kingdom, where he developed an early passion for acting. He studied drama and started his career in the British theater scene, performing in classical plays and honing his skills in character acting and comedic timing, both of which would later make his portrayal of Herr Flick legendary. Before landing his iconic role in Allo Allo, Gibson appeared in a variety of films and TV shows. Though he had many different roles, nothing could prepare him for the part that would define his career. Allo Allo, the role that made him famous. In 1982, Richard Gibson was cast as Herr Flick, the sadistic yet comically absurd Gestapo officer who terrorized the people of Nouvion. Herr Flick was cold and emotionless, always speaking in a flat, chilling monotone unintentionally hilarious. His serious nature made his ridiculous actions even funnier. In a bizarre love affair, his romantic entanglements with Private Helga Gearhart were both creepy and hilarious, obsessed with the fallen Madonna. Like everyone else, he was determined to get his hands on the priceless painting. Dressed in his signature long leather trench coat, dark sunglasses, and stiff posture, Herr Flick became an instant fan favorite. Richard Gibson's portrayal was masterful, blending intimidation with ridiculousness. Whether he was torturing prisoners with silly punishments, dancing stiffly with Helga, or whispering into his phone in the most dramatic way possible, he stole every scene he was in. He played Herr Flick for all 9 seasons, appearing in all but the final season when he was replaced by David Janssen. After Allo Allo ended, Richard Gibson continued to act in television, theater, and film, though he never landed another role as famous as Herr Flick. He also performed in West End theater productions and took on roles in radio dramas, showcasing his versatile acting talent. Where is Richard Gibson now in 2025? At 71 years old, Richard Gibson is now mostly retired from acting, but he remains a beloved figure in British comedy history. In recent years, he has appeared at Allo Allo fan conventions, meeting fans and sharing behind-the-scenes stories, made guest appearances on TV documentaries, talking about his time as Herr Flick Don voice work for radio and audiobooks, proving that his chilling voice is still just as effective as ever. Though he no longer actively takes on film or television roles, his portrayal of Herr Flick remains iconic, with Allo Allo continuing to be broadcast around the world. Despite the dark nature of his character, Richard Gibson himself is known to be a friendly and humorous man, always happy to joke about his time playing the most ridiculous Gestapo officer in TV history. Richard Gibson's legacy and impact on comedy. Even in 2025, Richard Gibson's Herr Flick remains one of the most unforgettable sitcom villains ever created. His ability to make a Gestapo officer hilarious, without diminishing the serious historical context, was a testament to his comedic genius. His deadpan delivery, stiff movements, and bizarre romance with Helga made him a truly unique character in television history. Fans continue to celebrate his work, with Allo Allo still widely available on streaming services, DVDs, and reruns. If you loved Herr Flick's monotone voice, strange punishments, and hilarious awkwardness, let us know in the comments. Oh, Renee, you are so strong, so brave, so masterful. If you were a fan of Allo Allo, then you surely remember Yvette Carte-Blanche, the glamorous, flirtatious waitress at Café Renee, always dreaming of running away with her beloved Renee. Played by the talented Vicky Michelle, Yvette was one of the most iconic characters on the show, known for her charming personality, comedic timing, and dramatic size. But what happened to Vicky Michelle after Allo Allo ended? Where is she now in 2025? Let's take a look at her career and what she's been up to over the years. Vicky Michelle was born on December 14, 1950, in Chigwell, Essex, England. From an early age, she had a passion for performing and studied at the Italia Conti Academy of Theatre Arts, one of the UK's most prestigious drama schools. Before landing her iconic role as Yvette, Vicky appeared in numerous films and TV shows. She also had a small role in the 1976 horror classic The Sentinel, starring alongside some of Hollywood's biggest names. While she had a solid acting career, nothing could prepare her for the role that would make her a household name. Allo Allo, the role that made her famous. In 1982, Vicky Michelle was cast as Yvette Carte-Blanche, the seductive and ever-hopeful waitress at Café Renee. Renee's passionate lover, always whispering sweet nothings in his ear, often in front of his wife, Edith. A constant source of comedy, with her exaggerated size and dramatic flirtations. Dreaming of escaping with Renee, often talking about running away to Argentina. Involved in the resistance, though her main focus was always her romance with Renee. Vicky's brilliant comedic timing, expressive acting, and undeniable charm made Yvette one of the most beloved characters on Allo Allo. She played Yvette for all 85 episodes from 1982 to 1992, making her one of the few cast members who stayed for the entire run of the show. Her catchphrase, "Oh Renee," became legendary among Allo Allo fans, and her character's romantic escapades provided some of the show's funniest moments. Life after Allo Allo ended, Vicky Michelle continued to have a successful acting career, appearing in TV, theater, and film. She also worked extensively in theater, starring in Shakespearean plays, comedies, and pantomimes, showing her versatility as an actress. Vicky also became a patron of several charities, supporting causes like veterans associations and children's charities. Where is Vicky Michelle now in 2025? At 74 years old, Vicky Michelle is still active in the entertainment industry, proving that her passion for acting has never faded. In recent years, she has continued acting, appearing in British TV dramas and stage productions, participated in documentaries and interviews, reflecting on her career and Allo Allo, written a book, sharing her experiences in showbiz and behind-the-scenes stories from Allo Allo. She also remains a beloved figure in the comedy world, frequently appearing at Allo Allo fan conventions, theater tours, and charity events. Even today, her portrayal of Yvette continues to entertain audiences around the world, as Allo Allo remains popular on streaming services and reruns. Vicky Michelle's legacy and impact on comedy. Even in 2025, Vicky Michelle's portrayal of Yvette Carte-Blanche remains one of the most iconic characters in British sitcom history. Her ability to blend romance, comedy, and charm made her an essential part of Allo Allo's success. Whether she was whispering in Renee's ear, dodging Edith's suspicions, or sighing about escaping to Argentina, she never failed to make audiences laugh. Today, Allo Allo is still watched by fans worldwide, introducing new generations to the hilarious world of Café Renee, and of course, to the unforgettable Yvette. Did you love Yvette's romantic antics? What was your favorite Yvette moment? Let us know in the comments. Do not be so stupid. If you watched Allo Allo, then you surely remember Private Helga Gearhart, the sharp, strict, and often flirtatious assistant to Colonel von Strohm. Played by the talented and striking Kim Hartman, Helga was one of the most memorable characters in the show, known for her icy glares, perfect comedic timing, and iconic moments of manipulation and seduction. But what happened to Kim Hartman after Allo Allo ended? Where is she now in 2025? Let's take a look at her incredible career and what she's been up to in recent years. Kim Hartman was born on January 11, 1952, in London, England. From an early age, she had a passion for acting and storytelling. She studied at Webber Douglas Academy of Dramatic Art, one of the UK's most prestigious acting schools, where she honed her skills in both drama and comedy. Before landing her role in Allo Allo, Hartman appeared in various British television shows, stage productions, and commercials. While she was a gifted dramatic actress, it was comedy that truly made her a household name. In 1982, Kim Hartman was cast as Private Helga Gearhart, the ultra-efficient, no-nonsense secretary to Colonel von Strohm. Helga was intelligent, calculating, and often the real brains behind the German operations in Nouvion. She was best known for her strict military persona, always keeping the Colonel and Lieutenant Gruber in check. Her comedic interactions with Herr Flick, where she switched between being loyal and completely mocking him. Her flirtations and schemes, using her charm to manipulate those around her. Helga often found herself stuck between the incompetence of the German officers, Herr Flick's bizarre demands, and her own survival instincts, making her one of the most complex and hilarious characters in the show. Her memorable wardrobe also set her apart. Helga frequently appeared in glamorous dresses or even classic wartime lingerie, especially when trying to influence a situation to her advantage. Kim Hartman played Helga from 1982 until the final episode in 1992, appearing in all 85 episodes of the show. After Allo Allo ended, Kim Hartman continued to have a successful acting career, appearing in various TV shows, theater productions, and even voice work. She also did extensive theater work, touring in Shakespearean productions, comedies, and classic British plays. Kim Hartman even made guest appearances at Allo Allo conventions and participated in reunion specials, celebrating the legacy of the show. Where is Kim Hartman now in 2025? At 73 years old, Kim Hartman is still active in the entertainment industry. She continues to appear on radio, stage, and television. proving that her talent has never faded. In recent years, she has been involved in West End theater productions, performing in classic plays and comedies, voice acting, lending her voice to audiobooks, radio dramas, and animated series TV guest appearances, occasionally starring in British drama and comedy shows. She is also a popular guest at fan conventions, where she shares behind-the-scenes stories from Allo Allo and meets fans who still adore Private Helga Gearhart. Although she is not as frequently on television as she was in the 80s and 90s, her legacy in British sitcom history is undeniable. Kim Hartman's legacy and impact on comedy. Even in 2025, Kim Hartman's Private Helga Gearhart remains one of the most iconic sitcom characters ever. Her ability to combine stern authority with sharp comedy made her performance legendary. Whether she was mocking Herr Flick, outsmarting Colonel von Strohm, or delivering an icy insult with perfect precision, she was always a scene stealer. Allo Allo continues to be watched around the world, introducing new generations of fans to her unforgettable character. Did you love Helga's sharp wit and iconic one-liners? What was your favorite Helga moment? Let us know in the comments. Hey, thanks for joining us on this journey through the lives of the Allo Allo cast. We hope you enjoyed revisiting the memories and learning what these talented actors have been up to since their time in Nouvion. If you loved hearing about your favorite characters and their hilarious exploits, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Which cast member's journey surprised you the most? Stay tuned for more content celebrating the magic of television and the stars we adore. Until next time, au revoir.